It's thinking. All right. It looks like we're live streaming to YouTube right now. All right. So, Thomas, well, I need to mute it on my end here so that it doesn't, so I can't hear it.
That'd probably be better.
Yeah.
So mute the.
Got it. All right. So I think we're doing pretty much what we'll be doing tonight. We'll be live streaming it, and we'll be recording it as well. When we start the meeting, Luther, like what we talked about yesterday, you'll just need to read that statement, or I can read that statement, however you want to do it, that Leah provided into the record, and then we'll be able to go through the meeting just like how we normally do, approving the minutes and the agenda, and then getting into the agenda items. And I'll try to be as brief as I can on the presentation. Some of them y'all have heard before. There were some deferrals from back in February that have come back, and we'll get through it. I think there's one item that's asked for a deferral, item number 1, and we'll need to amend the agenda that way, Luther. But other than that, it ought to be pretty routine.
Hey, Josh, is everyone unmuted?
No, just you. I've got everybody else muted. So anybody else, if you want to talk in, push your space bar. That's how we'll have it tonight.
I'm gonna say something to Billy. Hey, Billy.
Yes, sir.
Hey, just in case something weird happens, you prepared to do this task. Is that correct?
What kind of task is that?
I'm just saying, if I have some technical difficulties, or you have technical difficulties, somebody needs to be in a position to step up.
I'll be glad to try.
Okay, I don't anticipate it because Josh and I've been working with it. If I can get in, and I'm going to go in about an hour before to make sure that I'm in and everything's good.
And I'll be here, Luther. I'll just call me and we'll get you in. We'll call Thomas if we have any issues or anything. It gets a little squirrely with him logging in and out and that kind of thing, it looks like.
That was my next question. Is Thomas going to be available at 5?
Yes, sir. I'll be available at my home, butLl be in the meeting remotely, and we'll be able to stream in if you need help.
Yeah, well, I remember you at Christmas.
I tell you what, that right there, our IT department is one of the best investments that the county has made in a long time, I think. And I hadn't been here that long, but I mean, when I started, they had one guy that was kind of doing IT for the county, and you really couldn't get much done. And nowadays we got folks that can help us out, and we're able to do this kind of thing. And it's Billy, as a member of the county commission, just know that the staff appreciates that. It's been a wonderful thing for the county having all that.
Absolutely. Getting better all the time.
I know. It really is. Really is. It's great.
And does anyone listening, I see everyone there, does everyone have any questions for me or any other questions that, if it's technical, trust me, don't send them this way.
Anybody got anything else? All right. Well, Kathy, you look like you was about ready to say something.
I'm sorry. Yes, I was going to say, just so that I make sure as the meeting progresses that I know who makes motions and seconds, and we'll need to do a roll call vote. I believe Leah said so for each agenda item. Maybe Luther, I don't know if this is the best way, but maybe if you call out each member's name so that I can hear how they vote, so I can record it. Would that work, Josh? Or?
Yeah, I think the way to do it, Kathy, what you might want to do is just print out the agenda packet. And with each board report, if you look at the bottom, it has the planning commission members' names, and you can just read those out when Luther calls for a motion and a second. Need to note who made the motion in the second. And then Luther, you can probably say, Kathy, call the roll. And then Kathy, you just go through the individual members, yay or nay, and just write that down as it goes along.
Okay.
Is a good way to do it.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, that was one of my questions I was going to ask today also, how we were going to handle that. So in essence, after discussion, I'm going to call for a motion. I'll say Mr. Grumenden made a motion, Mr. Rhodes seconded. Is there any questions? Being none, Kathy, would you call the roll?
I think that's perfect. And then Kathy, you'll just go on that board report, or just have it written down, so you can keep note of who voted how, and yeah, just go through the roll of the 8 members and just write that down and call out the results at the end, or whatever. And I don't think there'll be any close votes on this one, but you never know.
Right. Okay,
Josh, do you think
perfect.
it would be important for someone, because I know in the presentation, you're going to outline the 3 possible motions.
Mhm.
And do you think it would be someone, myself or someone needs to say after that, identify the motion, read the motion?
I think that would be fine, and I think as long as the motions are made in terms of like how folks would normally do it, if it was motion to approve with example motion B, which is, whatever, or example motion A, just get that in the record that that's the intent. Yeah. And if they don't say that, if somebody doesn't say that, just make sure it's clear like we normally do with the staff recommended conditions.
So whomever makes the motion, I would encourage them to, as some of us do, is we'll say, my motion is item 2, which includes blah, 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 or whatever that, just like we typically do in the meeting, to be fine on it.
Yep, that'd be fine. And I tell you what, while we're here, let me go ahead and just bring up.
They're all the way across, yeah.
I'll bring up one of the presentations here.
We don't.
Billy, was it snowing when you come in? I see a little light up on top of your head.
Well, I'm either gonna have to get a haircut or a flea collar. Yours is that way too.
I noticed that, but this thing about these cameras, they reveal all, don't they?
I know it.
So right now on y'all screen, can y'all see what do y'all see on your screen now? Did y'all see the planning commission meeting cover sheet there?
Yes.
Is that what y'all see? The February 25th, 2020?
Yes.
Okay. And so, so like on this one, and this one's from February, this isn't one that's going to be considered tonight or anything, but I think just the way to do it, Luther, is just have them, whoever makes the motion, say, motion to approve, staff example motion 1 or whatever, with the conditions,
Yes, staff 1, item 1 with all the conditions. Yeah.
Yep. And yeah, I think it'll be fine. And we can take our time and and just make sure that it's clear on the record who's wanting to vote how, and before we move on to the next item. And if you don't mind me interjecting, just to make sure me and Kathy are clear, because we'll have to get those minutes done. And so if you don't mind me interjecting every once in a while, Luther, just to make sure I'm clear, that's what I'll do.
Yeah, if I guess the members would be muted, and if they got a comment, they would just push the button and tap in that way. Is that correct?
That's right. Yes, sir.
Okay. Everyone's unmuted except you and I?
Yeah, everybody's muted except for you and me. Yes, sir.
Now, when I depress my button, does everyone hear me then?
Yeah, I hear you just fine. Yeah.
No, I'm saying that you can hear me, but they're muted. When I push, can all the members hear me? Does all the members hear me?
Yes, I do.
can hear you. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, and I'm gonna move out of this. I'm gonna move out of the stop share. I'm gonna stop sharing that screen there, and it should just go back to the Brady Bunch look like we had a minute ago. All right. Well, does anybody else have any questions or anything, any concerns or anything prior to the meeting? All right. Well, if anybody does, just give me a holler. And Luther, like we said, we'll check in about an hour prior to the meeting. Is that all right with you? About 4 o'clock, give or take?
That sounds good. And as they say in show business, break a leg.
We'll all be sitting down, I hope. So hopefully nobody will get hurt, but I don't know.
Josh,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Williams is on the phone and he said he's trying to get in the meeting and it says that you'll let him in. Do you see that?
Yes, I do. I see him. Hang on. I think he's gonna need to enable his video and his audio. I may have IT give him a call. Can you call Mr. Williams?
Sure.
A good number to reach him is, I think with the meeting, he might not recognize your number. Let me call him.
Yeah, that's true.
He may not recognize mine either. Is he still on the line?
I told him that you were gonna let him in. He said, okay, bye.
Mr. Williams? Yep. Oh, okay. Okay. Well. Oh, good. Well, I appreciate it, and I'll just give me a call if you have any questions. I may follow back up with you this afternoon. Okay. Okay. All right, Mr. Williams. Okay. Well, we gave it our best shot then. All right. He's gonna ride it out. So. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, if nobody else has anything, I think we're squared away as we can be. So I'll go ahead and end the meeting, and I appreciate y'all joining in.
Thanks, Josh.
Yes, sir.
See y'all later.